No, he looks like he's calling me.
Good morning, everybody. It's 9 o'clock. Let's get this meeting going. This is the Village of Oak Lawn Board of Trustees regular meeting agenda. We are meeting here at the Village Hall Auditorium, 9446 South Raymond Avenue. This is meeting number 2024-12, and it is Tuesday, July 9th, 2024, and it is 9 a.m. Roll call, please.
Mayor Vorderer.
Present.
Trustee Sack.
Here.
Trustee Pembroke.
Here.
Trustee Oliniechek. Trustee Mallow.
Here.
Trustee Stalker.
Here.
Trustee Desmond.
Here.
We have a quorum. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comments? Do we have any?
We have one, Jimmy Fezolowski. Sorry.
Pretty good. Close. That's pretty
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hi, your name and Oak Lawn resident?
My name is Jimmy Fejolowski, and I'm from Paisan's Pizza.
Oh, well, welcome. Great restaurant. by
If
the
any of
way.
you guys haven't been there yet, you got to come check us out. The reason I'm here, I want to thank all the residents of Oak Lawn for having us. Most importantly, I want to thank Mayor and trustees for allowing us to come to this pro-business town. It's been amazing working with all you guys. I know we have some crazy ideas when it comes to building and, like the cars, and it gets everyone thinking like, man, what do these guys want to do with these cars? But you guys believed in us and made it happen, and I want to thank all of you guys. There's a lot of towns in the areas that ask us, hey, can you guys put a restaurant in our area? We'd be, and we do a lot of research before we invest that time and the money to go into that town. And we did our investigation. We looked into Oak Lawn, and it was a fit for us. So I just want to say thank you to all for making this happen, and we look forward to seeing you.
Well, thanks for coming out. And I've been to your restaurant at least a dozen times, maybe half a dozen times.
Yeah, thank you.
The only problem is it's been so busy, I got to wait in line. I guess that's a good problem.
Yeah, you
to have,
just gotta call me, but the one thing is
Hey, what's your number?
the one thing is
I don't, yeah.
the one thing is we started off with this project, and you guys didn't know us, we didn't know you guys, and it turned into a friendship. When we see you guys now, it's like, man, he's a friend of ours. We did business, we got the business done. Now the friendship starts, and thank you for that.
Thank you, and thank you for investing your money here in Oak Lawn. You've built a really, really impressive building, probably one of the nicest, as I said to the press, in the community. And however it all came together, we both found a great partnership, and I wish you many, many years of success
Thank
at
you.
that location.
Appreciate
And
it.
thanks for coming out.
Yeah, sorry my dad couldn't come out, but
Hey, he's busy doing the business, right?
yeah, I'm trying to kick him out now.
The face. You're the face of Paisan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, he sent a good representative.
Thanks for coming.
All right, one of the greatest pleasures I have as mayor is we're going to do next, and that's swearing in new police officers. So, Chief, you want to take the podium?
So thank you for allowing us to do this at the board meeting. Yesterday, we had Commander Brolin retire after 27 years of service. A lot of experience walking out the door, but that allows other guys to move up who are two both deserving guys. So the first one we're going to promote is Sergeant Hunt. Sergeant Hunt's been with the department for 22 years. He's been a bike patrol officer. He was a detective. As a detective, he was on the Major Crimes Task Force. He was awarded the VFW Officer of the Year in 2015. Once promoted to sergeant, he then came upstairs. He's been a detective sergeant for several years. I'm going to miss him as chief. the way our office is set up, it's my office, my assistant Beth's office, and then the detective sergeant office. So usually, anything not police related would go to Beth, but then unfortunately, anything police related usually went to the to the detective sergeant's office. And every time I needed something, Jim was sitting at his desk, and I knew he heard my voice. He's like, "Oh God, what now?" So I'm gonna miss him. He's been a go-to guy, but he'll do a great job in patrol.
Thank you. Would you like to say a couple of words?
Sure. Thanks, you
It's
guys.
up to the microphone, so
I know some of you
this
guys
is
are
the-
working, so you're already up here, but you guys that came in on your own time, I appreciate that. With me today, I have my folks with me. My dad is on the end, retired police officer from CTA Police and Markham Police. My mom's next to him, Linda. She is a retired nurse, over 30 years. My son Quinn just graduated from Richards, getting ready to go into the trades. He's working today. Fallon is next to him. She's going to be a sophomore at Richards. And then Griffin is going to be in 8th grade at St. Linus. And then Nora is my wife. Big shot at St. Linus. Big shot. But she's taken care of the family all these years, so that I'm able to have the career that I've had. So I've got 2 other kids. One's traveling and one's away at work. So I know they're here with me in spirit. So, but thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Any trustees have anything to say? Well, I will. You know, it was a great career for you, I'm sure. It was a great career for me.
I'm still going.
Oh, yeah.
You're still what?
Keep it great.
Oh, okay. But anyway, enjoy your retirement.
No, he's not retired.
Oh, you're getting promoted. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to the force.
Here's your hat. What's your hurry?
Don't put that in the minutes.
Having been promoted to the rank of police
I thought he was retiring.
Police
in the village of Oaklawn, County of Cook,
in the village of Oaklawn, County of Cook.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties.
of the office of police lieutenant,
Say that again?
of the office of police
Of the office
lieutenant,
of police lieutenant,
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where do you want to come up and do the honors?
You don't have to have my dad do it today.
Okay.
You bet.
Okay, the next one, he's staying.
Your speech led me to believe he was retiring. We were going to miss him so bad. Yeah.
My bad, my bad. Okay, this one's staying. Officer Hollingsworth, he's been with the department for 13 years. He's been a big part of our traffic unit. He's a traffic reconstructionist. He's a drug recognition expert. He's one of the few that are certified in the state of Illinois. He'll do a great job as sergeant. Awesome.
I'd like to thank my family, my wife Christina, my son Jordan, Jackson, and Mason, my parents Devon and Carol, and Laura and Rick, my bonus parents. I'd like to thank the department, especially Chief Vittorio, for his support. The village, thank you for your support. Thank you. And all of you, thank you for your support. I've learned so much from you, and I know I'm not done learning from all you guys.
I state your name.
I, Mark Hollingsworth,
Having been promoted to the rank of police sergeant
having been promoted to the rank of police sergeant
in the village of Oaklawn, County of Cook,
in the village of Oaklawn, County of Cook,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of police sergeant
of the office of police sergeant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Christina.
Jim, can you come around?
Can we get a group picture? Chief? Whoever you want.
Maybe there's fine.
You go first.
Okay.
Not there
Okay,
yet.
fellas. Who's gonna take two real quick? Okay, thanks.
Same thing. Anybody else need a picture, get up behind me, otherwise the meeting goes on.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Congratulations.
All right, we're moving on now to the new conflict of interest disclosure.
Mayor,
Everybody
can I ask to make a motion to move item 9 up in the agenda, in case there's people here that want to talk about that?
Okay, I need a roll call on that, please. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Okay,
Can I have a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
roll call.
Trustee Sachs?
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke?
Yes.
Trustee Mallow?
Yes.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Desmond?
Motion passes. We're moving 9 up on the agenda, the discussion on recent property tax assessments.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As we all know, our property tax bills hit mailboxes last week, and the news was not good for a lot of Oak Lawn homeowners, myself included. I heard from many people over the last week who saw significant increases in their property taxes, and I know other members of the board have heard the same from their constituents. What makes this situation so maddening is the fact that the reassessments that cause these increases lead people to believe that we, the village of Oak Lawn, raise their property taxes, which is definitely not the case. We make this point very clear in every issue of our Oak Lawn Matters newsletter, which shows how the property tax levy has been very stable for many years and is, in fact, lower now than it was a decade ago. Given this frustration, Trustee Olniechek and I asked the village manager to do a presentation this morning that will hopefully provide some insights into this matter. Tom?
Yes, thank you, Trustee Sock and Trustee Olniechek. You're correct, and I'm sure other board members have been hearing the same. The mayor said that he probably received 20-plus calls.
I spent my entire weekend responding to emails.
Right. We've had people come to the village. We have some literature at the front desk that hopes, provide some insights into this. I've asked our finance director, Adam Metz, to put together an overview. Vern, if you could kill these front lights along with the overview. As Trustee Stock said, this board for more than a decade has taken a strong position on not raising property taxes because it is one of the most difficult things for people to manage, especially seniors living at home who don't want to sell their homes, who want to stay in Oak Lawn. And as Trustee Sock said, it's very frustrating when moves by other elected officials or Board of Review officials, they do reassessments based on value, some of them very subjective. People appeal their taxes. Some people get it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, we wanted to just explain, and Adam will go through, just briefly how it works and why people who saw the increases they did, as I did, as Trustee Sock did, I think is everybody probably here, maybe unless you're a senior, you have your exemption. So, Adam, if you could take us through this.
Thanks, Tom. This information came directly from the Cook County Treasurer's website. There's plenty of data on there about the reassessment process and all that, but I just want to give a brief overview of the process. So Cook County residential and business properties are reassessed every 3 years on a triennial reassessment. They are broken down into three categories: the Southwest, the North, and City of Chicago. The last time the South and Southwest suburbs were reassessed were 2020, and the 2023 tax year is what the property tax bill that just was received by the residents and businesses. These assessments are important as they are the key component in determining individual bills that decides how much of the total levy of each taxing agency every property owner is responsible for. As far as the property tax bill, there are several factors that go into determining the property tax bill. Of these factors, the village is only really one component of that assessment. I want to focus on three factors today: the recapture, the levy increase, and the shift from commercial to residential. The recapture is a state law that was passed, I believe, in 2020 that allowed taxing agencies to recapture any appeals that were processed that they were losing money out, that they had to pay back to the county. The Village of Oak Lawn is not eligible for recapture. However, several other taxing agencies within Oak Lawn are eligible to file for a recapture. Within Cook County, 15 taxing agencies opted to opt out of the recapture last year, none of which were located within the Village of Oak Lawn. Levy increases is the one item that the village can control. And as Trustee Sock previously mentioned, if we go to the next page, the Village of Oak Lawn has not increased our levy. In fact, we have decreased our levy from 2010, as you can see, by about approximately $120,000. So in 2010, we had about 15,032,481 levied. In 2022, we levied for $14,917,076. The last factor is the commercial to residential shift. In 2023 tax year, there was during the reassessment, there was more tax burden that was shifted onto homeowners from businesses. This shift occurred because the Cook County Board of Review, during their appeal process, granted additional appeals to commercial properties. This would have been, this equated to a 4% increase over the prior year tax bill. Had the Board of Review not increased these property taxes and went with the Cook County as assessors, it would have been 1/2 of 1% of the tax. So as you can see, because of this appeal process, and this is the main reason why residential bills have gone up this tax year, is because of this shift in the burden from commercial properties to homes. Other factors that were noted were zero bills no more, lower tax rates, the apartment loophole, land value adjustments, and TIF effect. I don't feel these apply to the Village of Oak Lawn, to the mass population. Individually, it may apply to some individuals, but if you want to learn more about these factors, you can visit the Cook County Treasurer website. Finally, I want to talk about understanding your property tax bill. There's a new feature on the Cook County Treasurer's website where you could click on a link that says where your money goes, and you could enter your PIN number, and you could see which taxing agencies exactly are receiving your money. On the next page, you could see that in our summer publication newsletter, based on the 2022 tax levy year, we broke out this for an example taxpayer, and the Village of Oak Lawn receives approximately 9.65% of your tax bill. To equate this into numbers, for every $1,000, that's $96.50. And if you had an average $7,000 tax bill, that's $675.50 going to the Village of Oak Lawn. So as you can see, we are not the majority of your tax bill. There are other taxing agencies that are responsible for, their levies, and, that impact on their levies will increase your tax bill. In conclusion, the Cook County Treasurer did put some fascinating numbers out there. As you can see, the latest round of assessments shifted to 4% of the tax burden from the businesses onto homeowners. This is the highest increase in 29 years. The median residential bill increased by 19.9%, of which a grand total of 396 million was for residential property taxes, while commercial taxes declined by 121 million. As you can see up there, the median commercial bill fell by about 8.5% to 14,271. Again, all these stats are on the Cook County Treasurer's website. Great resource. I recommend everyone checking it out. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. Excellent presentation. And I hope that kind of dispels some of the feelings that people have reference to their tax bill. They've gone up substantially, and the state needs to solve this problem with how we fund schools. We can't continue doing this on the back of property, because all it does is depress the value of a person's home, and I do believe it forces a lot of people to find an alternative place to live. So least we can try to do is explain it to them, but that's the best we can do. I'm sure I'll still be getting complaints, but I'm going to refer them to your presentation. Okay? Thank you. Any questions from the board? Here are no questions. We'll move on to the conflict of interest disclosure. Any trustees have any problem with any issues on this? Hearing none, will approval of the regular meeting minutes of 2024-11 dated June 11, 2024. Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion passes. New business by trustees. District 1,
Thank you, Mayor. I have no new business.
District 3.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to thank the village for coming out to our 4th of July parade. It was very well attended. Our concert afterwards, I heard, was very, very well attended as well. We look forward to the next year and trying to make it even better than it was this year. And there are 2 more Sunday concerts this month, 2 in a row starting this Sunday. 6 to 8 are the times for the 14th, I believe the 21st. So we'll welcomely see you at those concerts. I hear they're very good bands this month.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Trustee
much.
Mallow.
That's it.
You know, we should recognize the hard work you do with this committee that you're in charge of. It's a great event all summer long, and thank you again for all your work there.
Thank you, Mayor.
Absolutely.
All right, District 4.
Thank you, Mayor. In a recent conversation I was having with Trustee Sock, we were talking about extending the business licensing fee amnesty for 2024. For those who may not know, it was first approved in 2022, then extended in 2023. It was first we made the amnesty because of COVID and those situations. All right. But anyways, we'd like to ask the village manager if he would consider investigating whether or not we could extend this again in 2024. We're hoping that it might be able to do that. So I don't know, Tom, if that's something that you and your.
Certainly, we'll look into it and make a recommendation for the next meeting.
We'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee. District 5
No new business.
and District 6.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to build on what Trustee Pembroke just said, he's spot on. We have to do everything we can to keep these businesses in Oak Lawn and bring new businesses in. We heard from Jimmy from Paisans how excited and happy they are that they chose Oak Lawn. Our business community and our board and the Village of Oak Lawn is very welcoming to our businesses. It's a mutual benefit. Businesses thrive, the village thrives. I also talked to Village Manager Phelan this past week, and there's more interest in businesses coming in. So with some type of incentive like this, it could only help and benefit the village. So, again, Trustee Pembroke and I are in lockstep on this one. Also, I just want to thank Village Manager Phelan and the finance team for that presentation. I know we're all going to still continue to get calls. I don't care where I'm at, if I'm walking the neighborhood, if I'm on the golf course, somebody comes up to me and they come at you hard initially, right? And I try to say, look, this isn't a village thing. I said, your taxes from the Village of Oak Lawn have not gone up and gone down since 10 years ago. And, I tell them, I'm like, you got to go to Worth Township, appeal your taxes. But again, this information that was put together and that we can hand out to people is exactly what we need. We feel everyone's pain. My taxes went up, and when I look at the school districts and the amount we're paying for that, it's astronomical, and that's what drives our taxes. Plus, when we get reassessed and your property values go up, nobody likes that on their tax bill, but if you go to sell your house, you like it. So it's a catch-22. It's a good thing in a way that your property value goes up because it shows the value, and the homes in Oak Lawn are solid. So, again, thank you to everybody for that. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, trustee. If I could just comment on the business comments that you made. Sometimes I think as my mayor, the biggest job I do is cut ribbons. There just seem to be new businesses coming all the time.
Yeah.
A problem to have,
Yeah.
and we're moving forward with even welcoming more.
Would anything be more ideal than to have all our storefronts and everything filled with businesses like it was 20, 30 years ago? The more we get in here, the better. If we're thriving, the businesses are thriving, it's just a win-win.
Absolutely, trustee. Village managers report.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, just to follow on with that, yesterday was an interesting day when it comes to businesses. You may have seen in the news, we had the school that was moving into the tower at 94th and Cicero. Had only been there less than a year. The North Walgreens at 95th and Cicero is going to close. We knew that we were going to lose one of them with the recent announcement by Walgreens. We've got 3 in Oak Lawn, and now that's closing. On the bright side, we had 2 great developments. We met with somebody who's very interested in our building at 99 Southwest Highway, a restaurant. I don't want to jinx it, so I'll keep it quiet at this point. And the Pete's Fresh Market property that we've been working so hard on for years. We're very close on a potential letter of interest that I will share with the board. So it is a difficult environment to operate a business. It's very competitive, as Jimmy said. You guys recall how long we worked to try to get Paisans here, and we have to pull every tool we have out of the bag to do that. So, I'm inclined to agree with this approach. We will look at the financial impact of it. We are doing well. If you saw your latest management report, we're almost $1 million, or might finish $1 million ahead on sales tax collections. So the monies we get from business, what we budgeted for the year, we're probably going to be almost $1 million ahead. I think that's an indication that, a pro-business community can really benefit. So we will look at that. I did want to speak to what the mayor said. I agree with him 100%. The funding mechanisms for schools, I think, is badly outdated. Schools don't have any source of revenues, significant revenues, other than tax increases. I mean, they can charge fees for books and everything else. So what it incents them to do is take as much as they can for fear of not having enough. And what eventually happens, and has happened locally here, is they build up massive amounts of reserves. And conservative-minded tax people might say, well, how about just give those back to the people or abate them for future tax increases? And then the argument from schools generally is, well, we don't know if we'll need it, or we might need to get a new turf field, or we're going to build out a wing. But there's an incentive to tax. And whenever there's an incentive to tax, you can bet they're going to tax. So it's not a great way, I think, to fund in defense of schools when it's really their only source of primary revenue. You can't criticize them too much, but to the mayor's point, when a senior citizen's living in a home, doesn't have children, or maybe never had children, it's a tough pill to swallow when they look how much is going to schools. Conversely, the old adage goes, you pay for it on the schools, or you pay for it in a different way at the end, right? If you don't have good education society collapses and you see crime and you see all these other elements. So you have to invest in your schools. We, I think, have very good schools in Oak Lawn, but definitely the funding mechanism is, I think, outdated. And I think I've shared with the board in the past how even the bond rating agencies will criticize the village. For years, we didn't raise taxes. We didn't build up millions and millions in our bank accounts, and we would get dinged for it. We would make all these solid points in defense of getting an upgrade, and they would just say, yeah, but pensions. Yeah, but pensions. Yeah, you don't have a lot in reserves. So after COVID, we had some money come in, and we cut some costs. I mean, at one point, 20 years ago, we had almost 500 employees in the village, and now I think we're about 325, Jane, full-time, 340. That's significant savings, significant reductions, and modernizing and getting up to date on technology is going to lead to savings as well. But I applaud the board's effort here, as I always do as a taxpayer, as someone who has family in Oak Lawn. There's nothing worse than somebody calling up and saying, I can't afford to live here anymore. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine and brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees, village manager, or village committees, and will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, request Board of Trustees approval and direction to the Fire and Police Commission to hire one police patrol officer from the current eligibility list to fill a vacancy created by a recently announced retirement. B, Resolution 24-12-47, a resolution authorize the filling of vacancies and providing direction to the fire chief and the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners related to promotions and hiring in the Oak Lawn Fire Department. C, Resolution 24-12-48, a resolution approving a proposal from Christopher B. Burke Engineering, Ltd. for professional design and construction engineering services for the 2025 street program. D, Resolution 24-12-49, a resolution adopting the findings and recommendations concerning a village business license issued to VizBiz Concierge Transportation doing business as Truth and Ryan Johnson for the premise located at 8752-54 South Cicero Avenue in the village of Oak Lawn, Cook County, Illinois. E, Resolution 24-12-50, a resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving renewal of the pollution liability insurance coverage with Liberty Mutual for a total annual premium of $21,091. F, Ordinance 24-12-43, an ordinance authorizing the condemnation of a permanent utility easement over a portion of Stony Creek South of Palos Hills Municipal Golf Course, west of Harlem Avenue, northwest of Southwest Highway, and north of 107th Street. Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion passes. Village Clerk's report.
Disbursement Resolution Number 2024-12A, dated July 9th, 2024, in the amount of $6,787,342.96.
Motion to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Trustee Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Yes.
Motion passes. Anything else?
That's all.
All right, I just want to comment on the Hometown Heroes program. I've been told that we have over 100 participants in the program. Hopefully, we can stretch those banners from Central Avenue to Cicero Avenue, and we hang them as they come in from the printer when we have enough of them. But I've received many, many compliments on that program, and it looks beautiful as I go on 95th Street. Between the banners and the flags, I'm proud to be not only a veteran of this great country, but a member of the Village of Oak Lawn. So again, congratulations, thanks to all the involved in that program and getting it up and running. Again, thank you again. Okay, take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Oh, and I got to go to executive session number 2024-06 for the purpose of discussing, one, closed meeting minutes of 2024-05, dated May 14, 2024, and two, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employees of the public body. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sack.
Yes.
Trustee Pembroke.
Yes.
Trustee Mallow.
Yes.
Stalker.
Yes.
Trustee Desmond.
Motion passes. Thanks for coming out. This ends our public portion of the meeting.